You know, where the last Assassin's Creed games mainly focused on the open world and just grinding yourself to death while leveling up and discovering new places, Assassin's Creed Mirage's stealth finally goes into the right direction. Before releasing the game, the developers already talked about this game going back to the roots, you know, to the older Assassin's Creed mechanics, like the focus on stealth, for example. But I still had my doubts, even though in the video where I was talking about Assassin's Creed being a make or break for the Assassin's Creed franchise, I talked a lot about how important stealth would be, and after almost finishing Assassin's Creed Mirage, I can really say that in general it was a very positive stealth experience. Like, if you think about the Assassins and their core principles, one of them is hide in plain sight. And raiding distant locations and churches doesn't feel like hiding in plain sight. And in Mirage, I finally feel like even the developers told you, okay, please use stealth. Like, you really have to think about where will I hide, how will I properly attack an enemy in order to not be spotted, because if you get spotted and if a fight breaks out, the enemies will kill you extremely quickly. Like in Valhalla and Odyssey, for example, I felt like combat was very much rewarded by the games, because it was very easy to kill enemies and it would take way less time to kill an enemy using hand-on-hand combat instead of using stealth. But in Mirage, when you fight an enemy, and especially a well-armed enemy, it's actually quite challenging killing them. And I already died a lot in the game because a guard noticed me while I was trying to be stealthy. So it really makes you think more like an assassin. It really makes you go into the head and how to properly behave in a situation so that you can kill every enemy around and not get spotted. Obviously, I won't spoil anything in this video, but you have to know that the game really gives you a lot of different mechanics and tools to use stealth properly. Whether you disguise yourself or distract an enemy is really up to you. And another thing that even improves the stealth more, that I talked a little bit about in my 10-hour review, is the open world, or the world better said, in Assassin's Creed Mirage. Because Baghdad is way more dense than the previous open worlds in Valhalla or Odyssey. Obviously it's not as big, but it's way more quality focused. The game's open world really feels more alive, and as I already said, really feels like made for a proper Assassin's Creed game. And they definitely also improved the parkour, which also makes stealth more fun. Like, it just feels way more fluid and faster moving around, and climbing on different objects just feels way more satisfying than in previous games. And a weird thing that I found is that while Assassin's Creed open world is way smaller than the open worlds from Valhalla and Odyssey, for me it kind of feels bigger, I should say, because probably if you count the locations that players didn't even visit in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I bet around 70 or 80% of the whole open world were not even discovered by most players just because of the sheer amount of the game. And in Mirage, on the other hand, where the game is perspectively speaking small, you really see almost everything there is, and you discover the world like it should be discovered. And it really makes the player feel like the city of Baghdad is a proper playground for us players and for assassins alike. So while Assassin's Creed Mirage definitely has some flaws in it and some things that I do not like, the stealth definitely isn't one of them, and I really hope that we'll be going into the same direction in the future in newer Assassin's Creed games. Alright guys, so that was it from me in today's video. I'll be making more Assassin's Creed Mirage videos, especially after I finish the game, which will be in the upcoming days. So until then, have an amazing day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.